Hello and welcome to the CourtSolutions introductory video. In this video, we are going to provide you with overview and information about the CourtSolutions systems and how it works. So let's begin with the process of how people, attorneys, and participants sign up to join a conference. The first thing they do is they go to the CourtSolutions website, www.court-solutions.com, and they click the sign up button. And when they see the sign up button, we will ask from them information, basic contact information. They'll put a credit card on file and hit submit. And with that, they've got an account. It's as simple as creating an account on Amazon. After that, they come to our registration page. And on our registration page, they enter the last name of the judge, the date and time of the hearing, whether they want to participate live or listen only, and their case information. They also have the ability to put in extra information that they would normally communicate to the court while on the phone. And with that, they hit the register button. Now, a court should always know that it does nothing to initiate a conference or a case. You simply announce however you normally announce, whether it's through Pacer, through a letter to participants, or your court calendar online. You will inform people that there is a hearing at a particular date and time. The attorneys and participants are the one that initiate the process of establishing a hearing through CourtSolutions. Once they hit that register button, a notification will go to Chambers. The notification is an email, and it's directed wherever you ask us to send that email, whether it's an individual in Chambers or a group email address. And that, of course, can be changed at any time. In that email, it has the pertinent information, such as the name of the participant, their law firm, their contact information, and the hearing information. And as you can see, two critical links are in there, one that says approve and one that says deny. Someone in Chambers clicks the relevant link, and a notification goes back to the participant immediately that informs them of whether they can participate or not. Now, our system allows for flexibility. There are times where Chambers says, please auto-approve everyone who makes a request to participate, and you won't get this notification email. We can, of course, customize this for listen-only people to be automatically approved or no one. You just simply need to let us know how you'd like that to be configured, and we can make the appropriate change. Now, you can also manage reservations by logging into the CourtSolutions website, and here you will see arranged by the date and time of a hearing session, a list of participants. So you'll see here in the green box, approved, there are 2 participants. There's no one that's been rejected, and there's 1 pending. And you would click that blue tab pending to approve any other pending participations. At the top of the screen, you'll see there's 4 boxes, today, this week, 30 days, and 30 plus days. Those are just simply filters that will show you the group of hearings that are today with the number that are still pending, in this case 0. Those for the balance of this week, including 1 pending for 30 days from today and 30 plus days. As I said, they're simply filters. And below, you can see that once you've clicked deny or approve on a particular email, or you've done it here, if you look to the right of this green box, you'll see that there's a listen only menu, and you can click that drop-down menu and change it to live. And you can change your mind and click the X and deny someone, or click the red tab and click the checkbox that will be there and approve them. Very simple. You'll also notice next to the approved tab, the green tab, just to the right of it, there's a download document button. That, at any time up until and through the date of the hearing, allows you to download a PDF or CSV file that contains all of the approved participants for that particular hearing. Now let's talk about how you initiate a telephonic hearing with CourtSolutions. The first thing you're going to do is log into the website, and you'll see that orange button, Open Hearing Dashboard, and you click it. And there is your dial-in information. It's always the same for each individual, and this is actually the same process for everyone, including the judge, unless the judge uses the judge's special means, which we'll discuss momentarily. So everybody dials the 646 number on the screen. They dial their 10-digit verified number, which is their cell phone number, which is what they've entered in when they registered. And they dial their 6-digit PIN. And that's it. They enter their hearing. This applies for all lawyers and participants, for all clerks, deputies, court staff that are not with the judge at the time of the hearing, and the judge if the judge doesn't have his or her fast access number. Now, we provide each judge with a fast access number. It's a personal phone number that if the judge dials that number from a location that is pre-registered with CourtSolutions, it will allow the judge to simply skip entering any data. What we're doing is we know the caller ID of a location, and if it's registered, calling that number from that location, the judge just dials the number and sails right in. So very often, courts will register their chambers number, their courtroom number with us. And of course, at the judge's option, our database can also hold their cell phone and or home number if they're not going to be working regularly from the courtroom. Once you dial into the hearing, you'll see on your computer screen the hearing dashboard. It provides a wealth of information and controls that we're going to walk through now. First and foremost, you'll see on the screen the names, law firms, and clients of everybody who is on the phone at the moment. People show up in the order that they appeared on the phone, and these are photographs, not video. Let's go through some of the functionality. First and foremost, you'll see that orange box. That orange box surrounds the current speaker. That lets you know who's talking at the moment. Very important information. The orange button in the top right corner of the person's card lets you know that their line is open and they have the ability to speak. On the left side of the screen, you will see that the current speaker is at the top of the queue, and the next two people are the people that spoke just before her. So this is very useful if you have 50 people on the phone and you don't want to have to scroll up and down the screen to find who's currently talking and who just spoke. If you have a smaller group of people, then of course this is not as relevant. Sometimes people participate on the phone and are making noise. You may have children in the background, a barista in the background, and it's noise in the courtroom that is not necessary, not needed, and needs to be stopped. Instead of calling out to the participant and asking them to mute their phone, you simply click the orange button in the top right corner of the card to mute the individual. With that click, two things will happen. First, the individual is told in their ear that their line has been muted. Second, if they're looking at the dashboard themselves, they'll see that their line has been muted. Now, a participant can unmute themselves at any time by clicking that button. It's not a penalty box, and they can undo it. But what's most important is, without interrupting your proceeding, you're able to click the mute button and stop the noise. That button in the top center, all participants mute. If you click that at any time, it will mute everyone on the phone. You'll see in the bottom left corner of everyone's card a red button. If you click that red button, it will hang up on the participant. They can, of course, call back in at any time. If you need assistance in locking out an individual, please let us know. Now, there are times when participants want to signal to you that they'd like to speak without interrupting you. So what they can do on their dashboard is click a button that raises their hand, and their card will turn blue, which informs you that they would like to speak. Now, of course, the court can recognize anyone in any order that the court would like, but it gives you the information that an individual would like to speak. They don't have to use this. They can always just jump into the conversation or proceeding, but it's a way for them to signal to you in a way that they would normally signal to you using body language in the courtroom. On the bottom left side, you'll see a queue. The first person with their hand up and then the second afterwards. And that's the order in which they raise their hand. And again, you can recognize people in any order you please. We're just providing you with that information. Now, there are times that participants should be put or need to be put on hold, meaning you do not want them to hear and you do not want them to speak. So the bottom right button is the hold button on the card. If you click that button, they cannot hear, they cannot speak, and they can also not undo this status on their own. Essentially, you've asked them to step out of the courtroom. And when they do that, they can't peek in at any time unless you remove them from this status. When you take any participant off of hold, they're still muted because you don't want to hear any side conversations that they're having, and then they or you can unmute them. Of course, they're given an oral communication in their ear to let them know that they've been put on hold or removed from hold and are in the muted status. If you click the top left button, you can put everybody on hold with a single click. And one button over from that, you can remove everyone from hold. Messaging, especially when you're not in the courtroom, is very critical. Now, as I mentioned earlier, when an attorney registers or a participant registers, they can communicate specific and limited characters of information to you. That information arrives in two ways. One, if you're getting email notifications, it's in there. Second of all, when you log in, if you see that I in the blue circle, that means that someone communicating some information to you. You put your mouse over it and you'll see that information. For you to communicate outbound to participants, you click the Message tab, the blue tab on the screen. When you do that for a particular time slot, you'll see that you can enter up to 256 characters to communicate to participants. For example, a hearing was scheduled for 10 o'clock and it won't start till 11. The matter has been adjourned, the matter has been canceled, the matter will be continued until 2 p.m. You're on a lunch break. You type the characters that you want in here, click the Send Message by Email to Approved Participants box, and hit Save. Two things will happen. First of all, a message will be emailed out from CourtSolutions to these participants in the Approved tab, informing them of whatever it is you put in the text box. Second of all, when they dial in, they will hear read to them that very message. CourtSolutions dashboard includes a feature called document sharing. Very simply, you see the green button on the screen that says Documents. That means that participants have uploaded 10 documents, is what it's showing here. Now, the document dashboard can be enabled or disabled with a simple click on our end. You just have to let us know whether you want to use it or not. It's limited to just PDFs. The way it works is simple. You click the Documents button, and there you'll see all of the documents that have been uploaded, the time they were uploaded, and who uploaded them. Documents stay available to everyone immediately once they're uploaded. There's no in-camera review process, and disappear when the call is ended. We can find the documents on our servers for a limited number of days after a hearing and provide them to the court if requested. When an individual uploads a document, which is very similar to how Google Drive or Dropbox works, you and everyone else on the call simultaneously can download the document to your local download folder or wherever it points to, and you'll have a copy of it. You can also, if you look in the top right corner, upload a document to be shared with everyone, and everyone who has access to the dashboard can easily upload a document. Recently, we've deployed the recording bot feature. The core CourtSolutions system does not record any proceedings. However, given the circumstances of recent times, we have developed and released the recording bot. The recording bot is completely court user controlled. The way it works is once we set you up with your recording bot, someone on your team goes to this special website, enters your secret code, and hits the button, Start Recording. What will happen is on your dashboard, you will see in that first lawyer's slot or somewhere on your dashboard, the recording bot. The recording bot will record everything it hears on the phone for up to 4 straight hours. As you approach the 4-hour mark, you'll need to redeploy the recording bot. So as you may hit or come close to that mark, you may want to take a pause, go back to that screen, to the website, enter that code again. You'll see the recording bot disappear and reappear. Once your proceeding is over, email us and the instructions that we'll send you. We'll give you the address. Email us the name of the judge and the date and time of the hearing, and we'll provide you through a secured link a copy of your MP3 file. Once we have confirmation that you've received it or a sufficient amount of time has passed, we will delete the files. We are not storing files or providing them to third parties. That's the core system of CourtSolutions. Some technical information that's helpful to have. First of all, CourtSolutions is all cloud-based. What that means is that there's nothing for you or your IT department to maintain. It's stored on servers that are run by Amazon Web Services and others, and is readily available 24/7. As mentioned earlier, there's nothing you need to do with us once we set you up with accounts to start hearings. It's driven by the users. For pro se individuals who want to appear using our service, as of March 12th, we've revamped the way that works. For pro se individuals, when they sign up, there's a button that says they cannot afford the filing fee. If they click that button, they'll receive an email that asks them to reply with some basic information, their name, the judge overseeing their case, and their case information, and they will get a free account. And they'll be able to use that for their proceedings with no charge whatsoever. Attorneys, of course, will put in their credit card information, and that will allow them access to use the system. We also provide daily notifications, whether or not you're receiving the individual emails that summarize all appearances that have been approved, are pending, and have been denied. So you have a record of that and reminders appropriately. One of the very powerful features of CourtSolutions is that it will work remotely. The judge can be in one location. Each member of the judge's staff will have their own login information and ability to call in, and they will call in from their locations. Importantly, for clerks and deputies, they'll see that when they look at their hearing dashboard, they will see two buttons. One says Open Hearing Dashboard, and the other one says Open Hearing Dashboard as Judge. What's very important about that is that they click the button that's appropriate for the circumstance. They should be using Open Hearing Dashboard when they're dialing in without the judge. And if you put your mouse over the Open Hearing Dashboard button, it'll tell you, please use this when you are not with the judge. The second button is to be used when they're with the judge in the same location and on the same phone line. Second of all, the fast access number should never, ever be used by anyone other than where the judge is. If the judge is in the courtroom, it's great to use. The staff can use that. If they're dialing in, though, from a different location, such as their home or their office, and are not with the judge, they should never use the fast access number. If you have any questions, there's an extensive FAQ at help.court-solutions.com that will provide you with a wealth of information. Of course, you're always welcome to contact us directly or email us at info@court-solutions.com with any questions you might have. We look forward to serving your court and appreciate your business. Thank you very much.